Stick around to the very end. There's a bonus segment on 6 days after sowing to show you how far they got. Hey y'all, welcome to our Georgia Suburban Homestead. I'm Lisa. And before I forget, if you're watching my videos, I hope you've subscribed. If not, hit that subscribe button for me, okay? Give me a thumbs up. Hit the black bell so you get all the notifications. And leave a comment. I like to chat. It's a bright day today in the greenhouse. And I'm going to be starting onions from seed. And we have about 11 different types of alliums to start. But I wanted to show you my seed, my starter mix, and how I do this, okay? Then I'll include pictures from last year, the results of seeding in this method, and you may be interested in that. So here we go. Okay, first of all, I've got a 50-50 mix of potting mixture that's Pro Mix with vermiculite, and I do this so that it's a loose mixture for the seeds, which will make it easier when we go to split the seeds and pull the seedlings out when they get tall enough to do that, which will be pretty quick. So now I just need to mix this in. The opening shots of this video are out the back door of my greenhouse. I wanted to show you the Jerusalem artichokes and how tall they are. Lovely plants. They're up above a 6-foot fence. Probably about, I guess 8 feet. This is incredibly therapeutic. This soil is already kind of moist. It's as moist as I want it to go ahead and lay seed into, and then we'll come in and mist the top of it. You don't want your onions to be too wet or they rot. Alright, isn't that pretty? I use a standard 10-20 tray. That's about, what, 2 inches thick? And I basically will level it off, fill it up, and lever it off. No holes for drainage. And that's one thing you're going to have to watch, not letting it get waterlogged. I've tried it with drainage holes and without, and I found that this is the best method. I'm not patting it down too terribly firm. Alright, so I have filled all the trays that I'm going to plant these onions in, and I actually filled one extra that I'll have to decide what to do with. But just to show you what I do, and this will be a repeat for those of you who follow me, I always label with the date you planted it. Sometimes I'll put also the date you expect it to emerge by, and somewhere on the tag I'll have the company that I bought the seed from. In this instance, I didn't mention the company that's known as Knee Seed, because that's my best supplier. But I do have some things from Kitazawa or True Leaf Seeds, same company nowadays, and Baker Creek and M.I. Gardner, just to see if they're looking at good germination. Now the M.I. Gardner seeds are the little flat onions that I like to use when I cook Brussels sprouts, or roasted Brussels sprouts, which is another video. But I haven't had a whole lot of luck with germination with his seed, so we'll see how his onions come up. But I'm going to take the camera off the pedestal and show you what I've got going here before showing you how I seed. Okay, so you see I have the seed trays just lightly packed down. I've got the seeds, got the variety Timon Hybrid. Today's the 16th. Onion Short Day Red Creole. Onion Short Day Yellow Granex. Onion Short Day Pumba. When I post this video, I'll try to remember that's to get pictures of all these for you. This is our empty tray. Then we've got Leeks from Baker Creek. And my Gardner. These are these funny little disc-shaped onions. The M.I. Gardner on back. The name here. And I'm going to do the bunching onions. Some people call them scallions. In 6-cell. This is the size of the cell, and there's 6 per packet. And I'm going to be doing red bunching. Again, this is an NE seed, and from True Leaf Market. I actually ordered them from Kitazawa, and they've partnered with Tree Leaf for Tokyo Long bunching onion. Okay, back on the pedestal. Okay, now I've got the sun behind me, so I'm kind of silhouetted, but I'm left-handed, so you will do better to see what I'm doing on this side of me. So I'm going to zero in on the tray so you can watch my complicated method of seeding. You're going to love it. Alright, tray 1, Timon Hybrid. Now here in Georgia, we plant our seeds in September, and the seedlings will be ready to go out by the end of October, hopefully early November, and they'll go into the garden. So there I am with seed. I've sprinkled it on, like you're sprinkling something on your salad. Go back and look for places you've dropped more than its share. Try to get them evenly distributed, but if they're bunched together, that's still okay. Then I come back with handfuls of the potting soil I used. And distribute it over the top. Now the reason I use this really light soil is because when we go The transplant, we're going to flood this with water. And if the soil is loose enough and you didn't plant them too tightly, they'll be easier to pull apart for transplant. And they'll shock less. Then I tuck them in. I'm going to have to level these trays out just a little. But I'll use the same method for all of the trays, and then I'll come back and show you how I water it in. Okay, so now we're going to adjust the mist. I like these wands with the adjustable setting. We're going to try mist, and they've got a rotating ball. We don't want it so strong that it's going to disturb the seed, and I usually will put this over my shoulder. I put it over my shoulder so that, and I got sweat in my eye, I'm sorry, so that I can control the dribble a little bit better. And this is how we roll with it. You just want a gentle spray. The soil was already moist, and we just want to water in the seeds. We don't want to drown them. Alright, so we've got the onion seeds in, and usually by this time of year it's a little bit cooler because you really want to plant them from 60 to 75 degrees. And right now it's 85 here in the greenhouse, so I'll have to turn the fan on. And it can take 6 to 12 days for them to come up. Now here in Georgia, we grow short day onions, and we're zone 7 to 7B and higher are going to take a short day onion, which are the onions in the I hate senior moments. The onions in the Valdalia family. Now a lot of people say, oh, Valdalias are sweet, I like spicy. Well, the sweet onions are not the only Vidalias, which are that's kind of a southern Georgia area, Vidalia, Georgia. So I've got spicy red, and that didn't make that any better. I've got spicy red and yellow and Granex, and that's about all I did this year, right? We've got leeks. We love leeks. We don't have any luck with leeks, so I'm trying it in a tray instead of directly in the ground this year. We've got the little orbit mushrooms from M.I. Gardner. I'm hoping they'll sprout because they're really expensive. I'll put photos up within this video of my last crop of these when I did it. It had really good germination. They were beautiful. And then you can follow us when we get to the point of planting, and you know by now that Charlie likes to plant, I like to grow. It kind of makes sense, I guess. Growing's more nurturing, and women are nurturing, right? Not me. Anyway, I like the growing part of gardening, the actual sprouting the seeds and coaxing them and nurturing them to the point where he can take over and plunk them in the ground. And it's a good partnership, I think. But if you live in northern climates, you're going to look for a long day onion, and you're going to sow yours in the spring, early spring. They really prefer cooler weather for growing. And these will go in by the first of the year and be ready to harvest midsummer. But they'll grow over the winter. And I'm going to try them this year. Instead of giving them their whole area to themselves, I'm going to plant them in between our cold crops, because they are a deterrent to chewing bugs. They're a good companion plant. So we'll see how they go there. And I'll be doing that with garlic as well. And then I'll dedicate some space to them so they have their own little bed. But the next video you'll see is planting and how to amend your soil, because they're going to take a high sulfur amendment to be healthy and produce really good bulbs. So that's next time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit your bell, stick around. I have giveaways every month. I'm going to try to do a giveaway every month, that is. But until next time, we'll see ya. Okay, the onions were planted on the 16th. It is now the 23rd. And MI Gardener seeds, not a sign of them. Yellow Granex,
fuzzy.
They're starting to pop up. You see that? There's some there. Tokyo bunching onions coming up. See 'em? Just peeking. Red bunching coming up. Piece of my hair. More red bunching. Red bunching starting to emerge. This is leeks. I don't know if that's a piece of a leek there or not. Maybe. Maybe some leeks. The Pumba hybrid from New Seed. Most of these are from New Seed or Kitazawa. The bunching onions are from Kitazawa. I'm not seeing anything.
Not yet. I'm getting some yellow Granex.
Yellow Granex. Yeah, it's starting to come up. Starting to come up. Red Creole.
There's a few.
Starting to come up. Just peeking at us. Kind of hard to see, but they are emerging, see?
Timon's just taking off.
Timon short day hybrid. Gonna be taking off here, as Charlie says.
Yeah.
So I suspect this is Friday. I suspect by Monday we should see some growth in most of these.